Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of this Minecraft series that I have done for quite a while now. It is episode number 100, and I would just like to say that if you've seen that I did not post an episode of this series entirely in November and December and most of January, that kind of was not planned at all. So yeah, I don't know. It's weird, like talking about stuff like that, where you have like unplanned circumstances that lead to just episodes like not coming out. I don't know. It kind of felt significant to me. Yeah, I don't know. Like I wanted to post this like before the end of 2024. I swear I did. But, it's just that things came up, that's the thing. It's kind of like a certain NBA player in their knee, it's like, I'm sure he doesn't want his knee to keep on swelling up. I'm sure he doesn't want that to happen, but, it just happens sometimes, Anyways, yeah, I mean, I don't really have that much of an explanation about why I didn't really upload. It was just circumstances. I don't really need to get into it, It's not that I don't want to get into it. It's just that, it's not, let me just say it's not the most positive thing. So I guess I'll just steer clear from that. But do you know what is a positive thing? You, potential CEO out there, you could be next, okay? Look, man, I know that this person is fighting the legal system right now, but you never know. You never know. Oh man, and that is just how much I'm gonna reference that. So it really is a new year. It really is a new year, and the Philadelphia 76ers are still just not a good team, and their premier player, that's not Paul George or Tyrese Maxey or Jared McCain, who is Filipino, by the way, like 10%, he said in a vlog. He posts these like short form videos about it. He couldn't do it for like a day, for like 24 hours, but now he can do it on this application that got taken down, and it's not taken down due to like whoever currently is in the White House right now. I don't know. It's just, I'm trying to just jam a lot of stuff in a very short amount of time, as I haven't done one of these in a while, but it's good to be back. It really is good to be back. I have returned. And yeah, it is a new year. So what really did I miss? Not much, really. Not that much. Nothing significant, I don't know. That's the thing. Like during my break / time off / hiatus, sabbatical, whatever, that was somewhat unplanned, somewhat like not, I just grew really annoyed, man. I don't know. I have been doing this thing on my YouTube feed recently where like the second I see like a YouTube video title and thumbnail that just annoys the living hell out of me, I'm trying so damn hard just to immediately be like, no, I am not interested. I'm just like, as soon as something just comes up, I'm just like, no, please. Which is probably the approach I should have taken with another social media site a while ago, but like I didn't. I don't know. Just like things, man. Just things happened. Anyway, why am I unarmored? Yeah, I had to take off my armor for that freaking bit. Jesus. Anyways. Yeah, I'm trying to do that. That's one of my somewhat resolutions, for edicts going forward, is that like I don't want to be, I really like, as soon as the YouTube title and thumbnail annoys me, and I'm like, I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch this freaking hour-long freaking video essay on pop culture freaking that has freaking somehow inexplicably over freaking 600, 700, 800, sometimes even a million views. I don't care how freaking potentially well put together it is. I just do not. Please, that is the stuff that annoys me, man. I promise to never freaking make those types of videos, man. Even though I make videos that are over an hour long, I'm never gonna freaking talk about frickin' a single subject in front of a frickin' conspiracy board. I'm never gonna do that. I promise. You will bring this clip up. Bring this frickin' clip up if frickin' I ever do that. I might parody it for like 30 seconds, but maybe, yeah, I don't know. Oh, man. Anyways, that is just one of my resolutions for 2025. Another resolution for 2025 is to, I don't know, I feel like I've been not, I think this was like extended into like the end of 2024, but I don't know, I feel like my NBA basketball fandom is like, it's not that it's like wavering, but I don't know. Like I still love enjoying following the NBA, and I check the subreddit every day. But I don't know. In terms of like following games, I am kind of doing that a little less. Like I don't know. Like I've never had League Pass in my time. Like I've never graduated to that level of fandom. But in terms of like trying to catch up on like nationally televised games, you know, like today I'm recording this on Martin Luther King Day. It's the only really significant thing in the world that's really going on today. Like I don't know, it's like I really have been following national televised games a little less, yeah, like than I used to. I don't know. I surprisingly enough, you know what I'm doing? I am literally watching the NFL, not because I'm a fan, but like I'm watching like bits and pieces, probably more than bits and pieces. Sometimes I'm watching like entire halves just to see the results of these like games because of this freaking little show that airs on FS1 from 12 to 2 p.m. Look, man, something had to replace Undisputed, man. Something had to replace it, okay? Like, It's an interesting thing reflecting on how much things have changed from, like, 2020 to 2025, because, those early episodes, like, man, just me talking about just getting into First Take, you know, I rewatched that like a couple times. Like I think it was like episode 3, and I'm like, wow, just look how freaking naive I was back then, man. Like I'm like, wow, this is great. It was entertaining for the time, but now that's the thing. Like I need a newer thing to entertain me, and like First Things First is doing it, you know. Oh man. Yeah, anything else that happened that I want to catch up on, because there really is a lot to catch up on. Oh man, I mean, yeah, the Lakers are still kind of middling. They're above 500. The Nuggets, the Westbrook experiment with the Nuggets is working extremely well, you know. Jamal Murray to begin the season for the Nuggets wasn't really performing that well. People were calling him out, being like, he's not, like, they gave this guy a freaking $50 million contract. It's like, okay, you know, it could be, I mean, like when freaking Zion and freaking Embiid exist, you know, you should decide to call Jamal Murray for his contract. Okay. Oh man, I mean, you know, Jamal Murray has played more freaking games, but whatever. You know, I get it though. I get it. It's justified the criticism because he hasn't played like an all-star like at all in the regular season, right? He really is a player where people desperately want him to prove that he's an all-star level player in the regular season as opposed to just only in the playoffs. But I don't know, if you would rather have one or the other, I feel like, you know, if you were to only have one or the other, I feel like having only the playoffs where he's like a great player, you know, not the worst thing in the world, let me just say. But yeah, Russell Westbrook is doing well. Jokic is, you know, in his usual MVP form, averaging a triple-double. But it looks like even if the Nuggets like finish like top 4, the MVP probably is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which is perfectly fine. Like I don't like, I'm fine with it, even though like there's a tiny part of me where it's like, yeah, I mean, are you sure Jokic shouldn't win this one? Like, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, Jokic is possibly having his best season, and it's just like, yeah, you know, he's done that for a while, you know. Look, man, we can't, there probably is a little bit of like, we can't give it to the Nuggets every freaking year, man. We can't give it the MVP to Jokic every year because, you know, you could call it voter fatigue. You could call it just like raising the bar each time he wins MVP because like, you know, he won 2 back-to-back before he won a championship, and then part of what was preventing him from winning his third was the Sixers doing extremely well, and like the whole, yeah, like the momentum Embiid had during that season. It was a time. I don't know. We don't need to relitigate that. I don't know. I just felt that he should have won that MVP in 2023, but Shea should have won the one in 2024, but you know, it's fine. Shea can win this one, you know, very deserving, you know. Not, I mean, yeah, I guess Giannis is like number 3, but like, you know. Oh yeah, the Bucks, yeah, started out the season disastrously, and then they ended up doing fine, right? They righted the ship, and then they won the NBA Cup. Yeah, Darvin Ham is undefeated in NBA Cup games. Yeah, he is a 2-time NBA Cup winner. Doc Rivers finally won something of significance. It's a fun thing. Does that mean the Bucks are title contenders? Probably not. You know, they're still clearly not on the level of the Celtics or even like the Knicks, you know, but I don't know, who knows. Injuries, yeah, they're a team where it's like, oh, if injuries happen to the top of the East, oh yeah. And I totally forgot that like Cleveland is like the freaking Eastern team of the season, and like basically the best team in the NBA besides the OKC Thunder. Yeah, it's just they are freaking steamrolling through everyone, man. Except like the Hawks beat them twice. Like other than that, they are just steamrolling through everyone, beating every team by double digits. Donovan Mitchell's been really good. Darius Garland has been really good. Evan Mobley is taking a leap offensively, which is what some people wanted, you know, like Tim Bontemps from the Hoop Collective. He really wanted to see Evan Mobley take a leap offensively. He wanted him to improve offensively, you know. He is very like, is he an all-star caliber player? I don't know. We haven't seen that yet. Something like that. But yeah, clearly. There's like talk of like, should the Cavs have 4 all-stars? Yeah. Should they? I don't know. Man. And yeah, true. For my freaking wavering freaking fandom, supposedly, I still know most of the stuff that's going on. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't freaking talk about, like, is there too many trees? Are there too many trees in the NBA today? Should they freaking get rid of the corner tree? Should they just create whatever freaking 3-point line imaginable just to make it harder for trees to be shot? Every team plays the same. It doesn't, like, I know that the Celtics won a championship because of it, but like every team plays the same. It's so boring. This is why the ratings are going down, guys. This is why the ratings are going down, because every freaking team is just shooting trees. Every team is just shooting freaking trees when they should be shooting. Okay, all right, guys. All right. Okay. I don't know. I mean, like, do I need to respond more to that? It's like, okay, all right. It's like you just, yeah, it's the whole thing of just like breaking it down. Just people being like, okay, we will only want to watch. Yeah, we don't. There's too many freaking trees. We love the NBA because we love seeing dunks, and it's like, that's the kind of thing that like I heard. Yeah, I was I was listening to Nick from First Things First, Nick Wrong from First Things First, talking to Colin Cowherd, and it's such like a weird thing. Like, that's how far I've fallen in my freaking like watching things other than anime thing. I watched Survivor recently. Yeah, I watched a recent season of Survivor, that show. So like, it's all hope is not completely lost on me trying to watch like things other than anime, but like I was like watching like him talk to Colin, and like that's where I got like some of that stuff from. He just brought up the idea of like, what if every arena like freaking got to draw the dimensions of their 3-point line? It's like, this is like how much they're just brainstorming of just like the product is being ruined by these trees, man. Like, yeah, he literally said, it was like, do you know what the appeal of the NBA is? It's, oh my god, is that man flying? That's the appeal of the NBA. The appeal, yeah, like, it's like, sure, like, it's a part of it, but like, I don't know, it's weird, man. It's weird. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's just one person playing in frickin' San Francisco that you can frickin' point the finger at, maybe. But maybe the finger should be pointed at frickin' yourself, because like maybe you should interrogate yourself and think like, am I really that much of a basketball fan if frickin' like I can't engage with it enough to like realize that that's not at all, like every team isn't playing the same. There actually are teams playing different ways, like how the leading MVP candidate is frickin' known for taking mid-range shots, that it's not completely gone. Like I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, and like using like the Charlotte Hornets and the Chicago Bulls combined to miss this many trees, and it's like is it Amin El Hassan made this point, another person in NBA media. He's like, why are you judging it based on like one of the two like not best teams in the league? Like, why are you judging it based on two of the worst teams in the league? I just don't understand. Although the Bulls are better than the Sixers, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Just please. And that's the thing. That's also another thing I think about, of just like the appeal of the NBA is dunking. And it's like, well, I don't know. It's weird when it's like the appeal of, women playing basketball. Like, what is that, right? And it's like what has caused an explosion of interest in the WNBA and like women's basketball in general recently? Like, is there someone that comes to mind? Is there, I don't know, like I don't know, like what's her name again? What's her name? Some name, I don't know, starts with a C. Like what is she known for again? Like what? Like I don't like. I think people are comparing her to Steph. I don't know. Like it's like yeah, that's what I also think about. Like I guess it's like, oh, basically you can't freaking compare the NBA to the WNBA 1-to-1 like that. It's like you have to treat it as if they're two different sports. And it's like, okay, I somewhat understand that. I somewhat get it. I guess, like where the NBA is versus where the WNBA is, right? The WNBA has only been around for 28 years, right? But it's like, I don't know. It kind of makes me think in the back of my head of just like that kind of mindset. If more people have that mindset of just like, I come to the NBA to watch people dunk, okay? That is one of the main reasons I want to watch basketball, because I want to watch dunks rather than trees. And it's like, I don't know. It just makes me think. It's like, what chance does this person have of like enjoying freaking other types of basketball? Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing. And that's the thing. It's like there's bad basketball being played in the NBA, obviously, right? And it's also, it extends to, people judging the WNBA by like one single moment of just like, this is the WNBA, by the way. It's like, and it's just like one possession where like neither team can like make a basket for like 30 seconds. It's like, I don't know. It's like, okay, cool. That's what you're judging it on. Like, and then that gets proliferated on frickin' a social media frickin' site owned by frickin' the guy who owns Tesla. It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like, I don't know. I did like, yeah. That's basically all I have to say about frickin' that narrative. Anything else, that I missed that went on in late 2024 that I missed, I was supposed to get to, the awards. Yeah. I mean, I was supposed to have episode 100, and then ideally episode 101 probably would have been like the end of year episode where I like did a whole freaking like list thing. And I have freaking lists of things right here. Yeah. I have freaking lists of my favorite various things. Should I just run through it really quickly? This is the awards show segment, instead of the Oscars. Should we hold the Oscars, in wake of the devastating, wildfires in LA? Look, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I even had to mention it. But anyways, I guess since I'm on the topic of basketball, I compiled a list. This was like something I did like, I think probably in the first few days of 2025. It's now 2/3 of the month. There's 10 days left in the month. Oh man. My favorite moment of 2024 that had to do with basketball, according to me, back then, like 2 weeks ago, was Brian Windhorst's rant on Luka Doncic after the NBA Finals, Game 3 of the NBA Finals, where the Celtics were like up by 20, and then Dallas came back and like cut it to like 3, and they could have freaking tied it or like cut it to 1, and then yeah, it was like a 2-point game or a 1-point game, and then Jaylen Brown hit a extremely tough freaking mid-range shot. He hit a freaking 2-point mid-range shot. Wow, really? They could do that? The freaking league's leading 3-point percentage 3-point shooting team can have players that hit mid-range shots? Who even freaking knew? So like, yeah, I already showed it. There's no reason to like show it again, but it's like an extremely like freaking fun moment. I don't know. I said that was number 1, but number 2 on here, according to me, was the Lakers losing to the Nuggets in the playoffs in 2024. Again. As the first round series where they got gentlemen swept. So they got swept in 2023, the Lakers did. And then, they won one more game than they did in 2024. And Jamal Murray had 2 of his, playoff moments, while, in the next series against the Wolves had, his worst moments. Throwing heat packs and all that. So that I put as number 2. Yeah, I guess I'll just, put the list up initially. As text, for these. Number 3, I have, it's just a basketball moment. Caitlin Clark's 41-point revenge game against LSU. I mean, pretty obvious why that's there. I don't know. Maybe it should be higher than the Lakers losing to the Nuggets, but I don't know. That was an extremely fun game. I loved the discussion around it. I loved it. I was watching, I remember watching, Gil's Arena, them talking about it, and, the aftermath of it, and just, it was, it was just a moment yet to be around for, man. For people who just enjoyed basketball, man. Man, number 4, I have Joel Embiid and just the drama surrounding the Sixers. I don't know if it's the 2024-25 season drama of just I don't know, or just I don't know. I think it's just as a Sixers hater, I just had to put that up there. Yeah, probably just the stuff that was happening early on in the season, shoving a reporter, doing stuff like that, and then the Sixers just losing, proceeding to be 2-11 initially. Yeah. Oh man. And then number 5, I have Steph versus Sabrina, the 3-point contest they had at the All-Star game last year. Yeah, I guess that was a cool moment. Yeah. Besides Kenny Smith, freaking at the end, when his mic should have been cut off, him being why do they have a smaller ball? Why? So, something like that. Some kind of condescending comment. Why don't they have it freaking at why is Sabrina shooting it from the NBA line or something like that? Oh man. Okay, yeah, those are the top NBA moments I had for 2024. I'm sure there's stuff I missed. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. There's some other stuff. I don't know. Yeah, should I have put the freaking just the WNBA discourses that went on in that season? Sure, that was entertaining. It was. Yeah, I made a comment before. Yeah, that WNBA drama was a nice replacement for book drama, And as for book drama, do I even have? Yeah, I don't. I really do not. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think I might be. Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's a big thing that shakes up freaking things a lot, I probably will eventually come across it and maybe slyly talk about it or fully directly talk about it. But yeah, I don't know. The only thing that I was aware of was Jupiter Wise in freaking aliases. One of the aliases of Freitas or freaking Victoria or something. Llewellyn. Something like that. I don't know. That was a book drama thing that I remember. That was the only thing. So it wins by default. There you go. Thank you. That's the book award. That's the book drama awards. But what about the books that I read, man. Yeah, this is a thing that I felt bad about. Yeah, of like missing like the end of the year. Yeah, because like I think like what was the last book I was reading? I kind of stopped, reading as much. I only finished like one more book. By I probably like two. Yeah, like two more books I finished reading from like November to December to close out the year last year. So yeah. Oh man, I guess like I'll just put up the list like up here right now. But yeah, number one, very very, I don't know, the top of it is very close, I feel like, for me. But for number one, I decided to go with Wild Meat and the Bully Burgers by Lois Ann Yamanaka. Like a great coming of age story about a girl growing up in Hawaii, I think, in like either like the late 70s or early 80s, like somewhere around that time. And like it's just steeped in like pidgin English and the culture of Hawaii, and like you just get such a rich freaking like sense of prose from it, and it's like a slice of freaking diaspora, like Hawaiian diaspora, and like Japanese American diaspora in there too, and like just like some of the stories in there are like really funny. Some of the stories in there are like extremely heartbreaking. Like yeah, I talked about like the second to last chapter / story in it. Yeah, it's called Wrong Words. Yeah. And it's like really, yeah, it's just a really freaking emotional, that was a really great emotional freaking chapter in that story. And like, it's just really nice. I don't know. And I think like reading that mostly made me be like, yeah, these are the types of books I want to read going forward, man. Hey, if like, look, man, that's the thing. I talked about the elements of like what makes me want to pick up an adult fiction book nowadays, right? Yeah, in terms of adult fiction, did it come out in the 90s? Like big freaking checkpoints in order to make me lean towards getting it or wanting to read it. Is it by a diaspora author, which basically means mostly non-white, but just like, I don't know, stories centering, so stories by diaspora authors, like authors of, Asian, Latin American, African American, or like any kind of like, like that kind of background, right? Like, yeah, like Nigerian authors, like Indian authors, yeah, like, like, yeah, a lot of ones that focus on the immigrant experience. I would be more interested in reading. Yeah, so that, it comes out in the 90s. It doesn't, like, very weird, but like if it doesn't have like New York Times bestseller or USA Today bestseller, I would lean more towards buying it for me. Like you're wanting to read it, But like there's a thing where it's like if it has like other kind of awards, if it's like there's this thing called like the Booker Prize, yeah, like those kind of prizes. I'm interested in. What interests me are like the books that have like stickers like other than just only like New York Times bestseller. Like that's not a sticker, but like stickers where it's like, oh, it won this kind of award. Like how in like if you walk into a bookstore and you see like books for young readers, right? Like there are these certain like award stickers like that come up like on the covers of books. Like if it's like an African American story, right? If it's a story by a Black author, right? Like it could have like a Coretta Scott King honor book, right? If it's a book by a Latin American Hispanic author, right? It could have the Pura Belpré Award, right? Like those are the kinds of like things I look for, Like I think like the First Rule of Punk like was a middle grade book I talked about reading like a few years ago, and it had like like the Pura Belpré award sticker on it, and I'm like, okay, it makes me want to read it a little bit more. Or like Felix Ever After having like a Stonewall honor book and it says like National Book Award finalist. I'm like, okay, yeah, like those are the kinds of things I look for, So like I want like the critically acclaimed, but like not exactly, like I don't know, like those are the things I look for, that could make me lean towards wanting to read the story more, more than freaking average. Okay, so yeah. I read a bunch of good books. Yeah, not a bunch, but just enough. That's the thing. Like I don't need to read like 50 books a year. Like yeah, my rule generally. I don't know if I've said this before, but just like if I'm always reading something, like I'm fine. Like I always just want to be reading a fiction novel. I could read nonfiction sometimes. Yeah, like in 2023, like high school, Tegan and Sarah's memoir was like one of my favorite books I read that year. Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner of Japanese Breakfast was like a really good memoir too. But like, I don't know, like in terms of like non-fiction books about the history of something other than like music or like indie rock or something, like Meet Me in the Bathroom is an oral history. That's different. But if it's like the secret history of this frickin' thing, like, I don't know. Not really into that at this current moment in my life. Like I'm primarily someone who wants to read fiction and a certain type of fiction, as like you can see, as like hopefully I flashed a list by. Yeah, I have some good ones here. Yeah, the Joy Luck Club I put as number 2. Yeah, I think that's probably is accurate. Yeah. I think the Joy Luck Club is like a book that I could see myself like coming back to, kind of like a little like The House on Mango Street, but the House on Mango Street I feel like is far and away like probably my favorite freaking work of fiction of all time. But I don't know, there's something about the Joy Luck Club that I love. Like all of the stories in that book just feel so like comforting. I talked about the story with the title I really liked. Yeah, it's called Waiting Between the Trees. I said waiting in the trees, but it's really waiting between the trees. So just a little typo there. But like yeah, just like really freaking like good like stories like that, about like mothers and daughters and Chinese American identity, Asian American identity in general. Just like there's somewhat of like a mystical like element to like some of the stories that take place, especially the ones about like the mothers like lives in China. The Moon Lady, like a really good one, kind of like that. Yeah, like dealing with like superstitions and like stuff like that. Really just just a great work of literature. It's really deserving of its status. That's the thing. Yeah. Oh man, any other stories that freaking were highlights for me that I want to talk about? Yeah. The Third Mercy Suarez book, really enjoyed it, yeah, nothing really much to say. I mean, it's Mercy Suarez, but yeah, I have Dog Eaters here, yeah, because I think the last episode I put out, that's the book I said I was reading. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I talked about reading The Gangster of Love, which was the book she wrote after Dog Eaters. But yeah, Dog Eaters, I guess to wrap it up, since I didn't talk about it, didn't finish talking about it. Yeah, it's basically just like portraying a very satirical but like also extremely accurate portrayal of what the Philippines was like during the Ferdinand Marcos regime, just like, and probably still now, right? Of just like what Jessica Hagedorn did was basically is like she just painted this image, this vivid image of like, here is what the Philippines was like during this time. Here is just like all the corruption going on with the government. Here is just the shady stuff they're doing. Here is freaking like certain characters living under this world and how they're somewhat affected by it. Like, yeah, there's this like story about, there's this one character who's like like this a juggalo basically or something, like he sleeps around with like other men, right? Yeah, he sleeps around with like rich men, right? He's like at this like nightclub, like there's like a girl who's like the daughter of like this rich family, something like that, and like her and her cousin, Pucha or something, I think her name is, right, are like talking about their experiences. There's like the daughter of like a senator, there's like a beauty queen in there, I think. There's just a bunch of different characters and it's just all their lives, and it's just like like the way that like the author just melds freaking Filipino culture with just like American culture, and like it like freaking like melds, yeah, it blends together just so well. It works the same way in The Gangster of Love, you know? Just like that, like she's just creating this like this like smorgasbord, basically just creating such a freaking, you know, diverse, like surreal kind of thing, you know, where it's just a bunch of different things. There's this the best chapter in it, one of the best chapters in it is basically like there's this it's basically an interview. It's an interview between like an American journalist, like a Western journalist, and then so he's on this like Filipino TV show. He's on this Filipino talk show where there's this woman who's like the woman who's like, I think like it's an American journalist interviewing the first lady of the president of the Philippines, right? And like the first lady is trying to talk about her country, trying to talk about the country, and like the Western journalist is trying to be like, is this country, like, are you saying, is there corruption in this country? Something to that effect. He's trying to ask that. He's trying to get at that without trying to get at it. But like the first lady is kind of like trying to like block it before he ever approaches it, right? It's like, sure, there's corruption, but like, you know, that's just our country, that's just our country, po. Something like that. I'm sorry, I do not know the language, but just like, that's our country. Sige. You know, like corruption, like grabe. Just like, it's just so good, man. I don't know, just the way she just like just stonewalls him basically is just so good. It's like, our country, we don't have corruption in this country. Oh man, yeah, just really enjoyed it. All in all, just a great book. Yeah, and like the final like chapter in the book is basically like a prayer, but like it's all like weird, like it starts out as like a normal prayer, like Our Father who art in heaven, right? And then just keeps on referencing like elements of Filipino culture in it. I don't know, something like like pig's blood, you know, the Nuguan, like stuff like that. There's like a really good line where there's the one of the men, I don't know, the Alacran family is like a rich family in the story of like importance in the country, and then something about one of the members of that family like needing to see a doctor, and then the doctor's like, you have too much of a high sodium diet. and then it is like, lay off, need to stop eating the patis, and then he's like, oh, I need my patis. Just like, oh man, I don't know. Look, man, I'm from the diaspora, man. Look, if I'm getting these Filipino elements wrong, just look, man. I watch Manny Pacquiao fights just like everyone else, man. Okay. I don't know, man. Look, man. Maybe you are you gonna get better frickin' knowledge from Olivia Rodrigo? I don't know. Biba Doobie? I don't know, man. Man. Anyways, what other books did I have here? I had, American Son by Brian Ascalon Rowley. Look Both Ways. Yeah, that was a really good book about like teeter kids, and like I talked about like that extremely like intimate scene between like the two girl characters and that with the tattoo. Imogen, obviously, yeah. Which is, it also ties into like what I want to talk about. I think I probably put it number 10. Yeah. Number 10. I think it made the list. I wanted to make the list. Yeah. So the very last book I read in 2024 was this book called Dear Wendy, which was a really, I guess I want to talk about that book for a little bit, because I don't know. It's a book about a girl who is aromantic and asexual, right? So this book takes place at Wellesley College, which is historically women's college. It doesn't necessarily mean that every person who attends has to be like biologically female, like born biologically as female to attend, but basically the main character is aromantic and asexual and runs this social media account on Instagram called Dear Wendy. And like the aim of the social media account is to give romantic advice to students on campus, right? Okay, all fine and good, right? It seems like it's like, oh, she's asexual and aromantic, but she's giving romance advice. Wow, how interesting. But like that's not the only thing, because there's this other social media account run by this other character in the book who's also asexual and aromantic, right? And they make an account called Dear Wanda in response to Dear Wendy. And like part of the plot in the early middle parts of the book is that Dear Wendy and Dear Wanda have like a little bit of a freaking online beef. And like, you know, Dear Wendy is like the serious, more put together one of like, I'm gonna research this stuff. I love doing this. I love giving advice to people. I'm just researching stuff and like learning applying what I learn in like psychology and sociology and stuff like that, and women's and gender studies to this freaking advice social media page, right? And then Dear Wanda, like the ethos of Dear Wanda is just like, I just want to have some fun. I'm just giving advice. I'm just doing it as a joke. LOL. I'm just kind of. It's not that serious. It's not that serious, you know. And then they have an online beef over the two, the freaking different philosophies of just like Dear Wendy would answer a question, and like and then like the comment on Dear Wanda would make a comment of like, why is the advice always just to communicate more? Why is it always just that? Oh man. And then, yeah, the people running the Dear Wendy and Dear Wanda accounts become friends, you know, and then, yeah, nothing more than that, but just like really, they end the book like being really good friends who love each other, but not in a romantic or sexual attraction type of way, right? Which is like really cool. I don't know. That's basically what the gist of it. That's basically all you need to know. It was just really interesting, like reading a book like that, and also by an author who is my age or even younger, right? Like, I don't know. It's like that's the thing I wanted to talk about with it that I didn't get to last year. Yeah, that it's such a distinctly 2020s book, you know? Like, it's so like this is unmistakably written in the 2020s and published in the 2020s, right? You cannot freaking like mistake it for anything else, right? Yeah, like Folklore by Taylor Swift is referenced there, like Solar Power by Lorde is referenced there. Like one character says that like Solar Power is better than Melodrama, or like Solar Power is friggin' Lorde's best album, and that just made me like put down the book immediately. It's like, okay, all right. like you're just saying stuff now, you're just saying shit. It's like, okay, sure. You're just saying shit just to say shit. Oh man, but yeah, you know, like a certain social media app gets referenced, you know, a lot, you know. Yeah, and it's all like mostly like just how the book is written is really just like people having conversations about their identity. Basically, it's like people just having these like honest conversations, you know. And it's like the book I feel like is mostly just conversations, which is like a good thing. I enjoyed that, you know. I don't know, but just like a lot of times when I was reading it, I just felt like they're just like these are just like conversations that just people would have like online or something, or just like talking about asexuality and their feelings surrounding it, you know. I don't know, it's just really cool just to find a book that's so distinctly like of its time like that, you know. in a good way, because I don't see like I don't, you know, feel that something being dated or of its time, you know, is a bad thing, really. I'd never really think that, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, it's just really, a really good book, you know. It kind of like it was an interesting like companion piece to, not companion piece, but just like I thought about Imogen Obviously as I was reading it, where Imogen Obviously was just about just discourse in general, and like how like certain discourse can be harmful and like unproductive, and just like discourse itself can get in the way of someone discovering their identity, right? But like this book, Dear Wendy, is really about like the discourse like helping someone discover their identity, right? Like the characters behind the social media accounts, Sophie and Joe, right? Like, because they're like having these discussions, because they're discoursing about asexuality, and like they start like this club around it. They start a club at Wellesley around asexuality, right? Where like people are talking about it and they're learning more, right? It's like they're like learning more about their identity and like feeling more confident about their identities because they're having this discourse about it, which is like really cool, you know? Rather than an Imogen, obviously, that like, you know, the main character, Imogen's like friend, quote friend Gretchen, like thinking she knows everything about freaking you know, being like bisexual or being a lesbian, like is like harming freaking Imogen herself in terms of like trying to discover that she's queer herself, right? But yeah, in Dear Wendy, it's like, yeah, no, like I'm actually learning a lot from like talking with you, you know, like you're making me realize that freaking, you know, whatever, such and such about freaking being asexual and being aromantic, right? And like, you know, like coming to terms with the fact that like, you know, just because you're aromantic doesn't mean that freaking you're gonna like end up being alone forever, right? Like you can still find people that you want to spend the rest of your life with, you know, even while being, you know, asexual and aromantic, right? It doesn't, you know, one doesn't necessarily mean, yeah, like it doesn't necessarily mean that freaking you're gonna be alone, you know, like even though there is still that fear for like a character in the book, right? I don't know. I just really enjoyed it, man. I enjoy reading novels, man. That's the thing. And it obviously made me learn a little bit about frickin' just like stuff like that, you know? That's why we read, I guess, you know? That's why we read. Any other books I have here? I put The Summer I Turned Pretty here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just a nice enough thing. I don't know if I like the book or the series more. I put Chloe and the Kai Shao Boys here. Yeah, just like an interesting, a good book about Chinese Filipino character and like fake dating somewhat, you know, just any book that takes place in the Philippines. I'm like, yeah, okay. Just instant points there. Yeah, so basically those are my top books of 2024. Yeah, that's basically all I needed to say, right? Anything else to say about Dear Wendy that I haven't said before? Yeah, how it's so steeped in just the 2020s and like being Gen Z. Oh man, I don't know, man. That's, oh god, dude, I don't know. My generation is freaking, the oldest of my generation is gonna turn 30 in like 2 years. It's like, okay, all right. Okay. Oh man, I don't know. Anything else, man? Anything else I have? Oh yeah, speaking of like what I've been reading, yeah, I don't know. Should I talk about the 2 things I've been obsessed with in January this year? I talked about it before. Every January, since usually I do not have school or anything else to do, I get into something that usually I wouldn't necessarily get into, but this year, like, I obviously would have got into it. It's technically like a end of December into January obsession. So there's this manga that's published in Shonen Jump that, you know, is kind of good. It's called Blue Box. And it's a manga, man. It's a manga. I posted a screenshot of it. Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I could put that picture up, you know. It's like, from that frame alone, from the line set in that frame, that's not yet adapted into anime because the anime is still airing. It's an interesting thing because I feel like this is the first time that I've been like reading a manga and I've gotten ahead on like an anime like in manga form as the anime is currently airing. You know, I've never done that before. But like, yeah, I mean, is there anything else I need to say? Like, that photo should frickin' seal the deal, right? It's like, look, I mean, like, seriously, man. A girl who plays basketball and a guy who freaking plays badminton, and then another girl who's the guy's childhood friend who does rhythmic gymnastics, and then it's somewhat of a love triangle, and then freaking, yeah, that's all you need to know, man. It's a great freaking romance, and like, I don't know. I guess the larger thing thinking about it is that, and if you've been paying attention to anime recently, like I don't know like when to like put like the start and like date on it, but like I don't know. I guess just like the 2020s in general, right? I guess maybe like the end of the 2010s into the 2020s. There's been so many freaking good romance animes, man. There's been so many good ones. Seriously. Yeah, like this one, Blue Box, The Dangers in My Heart. Yeah, Mocking it was a really good one. That was like one of the top anime of the year for me. I guess I could just flash that up right now. Yeah, here are my top anime of 2024. Number one is no surprise. Girls Band Cry. I mean, that's a romance in and of itself. I mean, yeah, basically. Yeah, like 3 of the top 4 are music anime. Yeah, Sound Euphonium Season 3, Bocce to Rock, right? Yeah. Also, Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night I put on this list. Yeah. Man. Also some like somewhat deep cut. Yeah, I put Tatami Galaxy here. I don't know if that's somewhat of a deep cut or not. Yeah. And somewhat of a classic in certain circles, Bakemonogatari. Be prepared if anyone wants to watch that, though. Yeah, anyone wants to watch Bakemonogatari or the Monogatari series in general. It's a little fan servicey. It's a little fan servicey, I'll just say. But you know, other than that, it's stylish, though. It's stylish. Yeah. I put, yeah, another series. I think I would assume it counts as a romance. Yeah, Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Yeah, like, it's just a fun enough series. Yeah, I watched that dubbed. Yeah, I talked about that, right? Yeah, like, I watched it dubbed. It was somewhat weird at first because, like, I've never watched, like, a series, like, that came out, like, in the 2020s dubbed, or, like, much less, like, a slice of life series dubbed. Yeah, I don't know. It was cool enough, you know, but yeah, I liked it enough, you know. What worked about it really worked, you know. Like having like, you know, the main mechanic of like, oh, this girl speaks in Russian to friggin' to flirt with me, but I secretly know Russian and I can't tell her that I know Russian. It's like, okay. Man. It has a formula and it works, you know. But anyways, yeah, I guess going back to it, Blue Box is a great freaking manga. If you can find it in a local library, I don't know if that's going to be trending in the next 4 years, but if you can find it in a local library, go ahead and freaking read it from like volume 1 or 2. I think you can read the first 2 chapters for free on like Manga Plus or something, some sort of thing, Viz Manga, whatever. But I don't know. I found chapters of Blue Box in Tagalog, freaking surprisingly enough. But yeah, I've been reading it physically. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Is that like for the first like 8 days in January, as I was not freaking recording an episode, I was just like going and freaking finding volumes of Blue Box and then just reading them. I don't know. It's really freaking good, man. Yeah, I think volume 9 in particular. Yeah, volume 9. If you can get to volume 9, if you can get to around chapter 70 something, oh boy. But like the good thing is that if you do not want to read manga, if you have an aversion to reading or can't find the manga, it's fine because it probably is going to be adapted in the anime. But you're going to have to wait, like, I don't know. Based on, like, where it is now, like, it probably, the chapter I'm talking about probably would come up in, like, late February? Probably. It's listed for 26 episodes. Yeah, I thought it was 24, but it's actually 26. So, like, it's definitely going to get to the part I'm talking about. So, yeah. Oh, man. Just be prepared, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, I need to check back in when it airs. Of just like, did you see that? It's like, I don't know, man. Such a great experience, man. Following, like, a great manga and, like, reading it, you know, as a great anime adaptation of it is airing. I don't know. It's such a nice thing. In terms of other current anime I'm watching this other anime about girls being in a band. It's, yeah, fair warning. Like, I feel like you need to watch its predecessor in order to understand it. Yeah. So, a while back, I talked about this anime called Bang Dream. It's My Go, which is an amazing freaking series. It won our anime's Anime of the Year for 2023. Yeah, which makes me think, like, is our anime, is that subreddit gonna give freaking Girls Band Cry Anime of the Year? Like, is the jury really gonna give Girls Band Cry Anime of the Year? I mean, it'd be cool, but I don't know. It's definitely gonna win like a couple awards. Yeah, I checked the subreddit today. Like, the public voting for awards is open now. So yeah. Oh man, so like it's definitely gonna win like a couple, but I don't know if it's gonna win that one though. So yeah, like, yeah, Bang Dream It's My Go is a great show, and like it's somewhat a sequel to it, but not necessarily. But yeah, I think like the first episode kind of confirms that it's mostly to be seen as a sequel. So yeah, at the end of that series, in My Go, because My Go is the name of the band, it gets revealed at the end of the series. That's why it's called that. And then yeah, at the end of in episode the 13 of that series, the final episode of My Go, there's this new band that gets created, called Ave Musica, Ave Musica, whatever. I don't know if you're supposed to pronounce the J or not. I don't know, something like that. Ave Musica. An artsy ass name. And basically the concept behind the band is that it's like gothic and like theatrical and like dark, and it's about like and like it's conceptualized around freaking dolls and like macabre storytelling. It all makes sense, man. It all makes sense if you just watch the freaking series of My Go, right? And then yeah, which Ave Musica is the name of the new series of Bang Dream that's airing, which is basically a sequel / companion piece, but not necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily like a direct sequel, but it contains all the characters from My Go. So I'm just like explaining it. Yeah, like, it's serious business girls band shows. Okay, do I need to talk about the freaking like episode of Demon Slayer I watched episode 1 of Demon Slayer, and I watched episode 1 of Soul Eater. Cool. Other than that, I'm in anime, I'm trying to finish Gintama. Yeah, I'm on episode 185, and there's 201 episodes of the original run of it. So yeah, I started watching it in 2021, man. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to think about, man. I don't know. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. Anyways, is that enough anime talk? Is that enough talk in general? Because I've been going for like a whole time. It's only been an hour? Really? Wow. I thought it'd been going for longer than that. Yeah, I would assume there's gonna be some cuts, but yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about that. Any other freaking things I have? Yeah, not really. Yeah, I guess I have like albums. Yeah, what is my favorite album of 2024? The Vampire Weekend album. Yeah, Only God Was Above Us. Oh man, yeah. I guess I could like in post, even though I didn't write it on a sticky note, I could just like quickly put it up there of like my top whatever albums of 2024. Yeah. I listened to, Justice's new album. Neverender was a great song. Porter Robinson's new album. Cheerleader, I really like that song from there. MGMT's new album. Is it the song I really like? Mother Nature. Yeah, Mother Nature's the best song I feel like from that album. Other than that, I don't know. Did I listen to this album by Charlie XCX? Yes. Is it as good as Sucker? I feel like based off of like one listen of like 7 songs, the first 7 songs of it, I don't really think so, but sure. I guess it's like, I don't know. It's finally launching Charlie XCX into mainstream stardom, so it's cool. Did I listen to this like album by this rapper that came out that's named after a car? Did I? I don't know. I don't know what my favorite condiment is though. Actually, it isn't, man. Actually, it's not. It really is not. It's not. Yeah, no. I had a whole freaking episode about it. Yeah. No, not mustard, not ketchup, not mayonnaise, not freaking. It's like, okay, man. Something we're letting go of in 2025, shaming people for not liking condiments. It's 2025, man. Let it go, man. It's fine. If someone doesn't like a condiment, or all of them, it is fine, guys. I don't know why anyone would potentially make any sort of thing about it. I don't know. I had a whole freaking rant about it. I don't know. Oh, man. Yeah, it's the thing that, like, yeah, since this is, like, episode 100, I don't know. I guess, like, nothing is really gonna be special this time, right? I mean, yeah, I guess I'm completely abandoning the concept, but originally, I thought that, you know, yeah, maybe I'll do it sometime in the future. Yeah, maybe I'll do it for the 5-year anniversary. Maybe I'll check 5 years and, like, post an episode like that, and that'll be the concept of it, but the original concept I had wasn't really that much of a concept for episode 100. It was just like basically just like showing off like various like clips that I thought were like highlights throughout the years of me doing this Let's Play series. That's some of the podcast, but some of the Let's Play. But I want it to be considered as a Let's Play because there's too many people with podcasts nowadays, and like my microphone is just standing on like on its own. It's not supported by a metal arm, and like that kind of freaking, you know, signifies that freaking you're on a podcast, is that your freaking microphones are on arms, and that you have to lift them up and freaking lower them. So like, okay, this is a Let's Play series, okay? Look, man, it's firmly a Let's Play series, but in reality it's a podcast, but I want to consider it a Let's Play, okay? I want to honor freaking the people who have done this before me, okay? You know, I don't need to freaking go on about inspirations, you know? I was somewhat inspired by freaking people who've done this before, you know? But now it's turned into its own freaking thing, man. Yeah, where I talk about books and anime and freaking, you know, like other things, you know, like, have I fully made the move to that other social media site? No? Yes? I don't know. I think, like, the answer to it is that, like, I still want to be on Twitter for freaking just the memes of it, because like I don't think like the humor, like Twitter is still like a funny freaking site, right? It's like I don't think we can fully freaking extricate NBA Twitter from Twitter and move it to another site, whatever that site may be, you know? It's like I know I'm on the other side, like I'm gonna, yeah. I think that's gonna come up soon, but like I don't know. As in terms of just like NBA Twitter, like I don't know. As for now, like it's not even close, man. Various people left, or like quote left. I don't know if they're back. I don't know if they fully said they're leaving. I think like around November 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and like that time, like you know, people did leave, but like I don't know. Like it's fine. Like I don't know. Like I just wanted to freaking make an account because like I saw like, oh, the other side has an app and it works exactly like Twitter. It's like I have to freaking download it now, right? And it was so easy to make an account, right? It's so easy to just like post my profile photo there, you know. I don't know. Yeah, I think the thing, like, if anyone dares to check, is that, you know, I haven't freaking posted nearly as much, you know. I don't know what part of that is, just like the enthusiasm, maybe. But like I don't know. I want to get back to it this year. I'm gonna try to freaking post more, but I don't know. Like I think it's the thing that I'm thinking about it on a bigger like level, on a deeper level. Like I feel like the reason probably is because like whenever I have thoughts to get out, you know, like I've basically kind of conditioned myself to see this Let's Play series, these Minecraft videos as like my main like avenue, my main forum for getting these thoughts out. Any thoughts I have about anything whatsoever, right? You know, yeah, like it's like I see this Let's Play series as like the main, you know, place for that. But like I don't know, like ideally. Because I thought about it before, right? Before it was Twitter, right? Like I had a blog. I talked about it. I still mention it sometimes, you know? Yeah, and that's the thing that repeatedly I've talked about wanting to come back to, right? And it's like, I will one day, but I don't know when that day will be. I don't know. I am getting older, man, but I don't know. I really want to just like, I think like if I have a long form kind of extended thing, like I could spare the time to freaking write, because like I could just do it on my phone. I could just like write a blog post on my phone, and do it that way, right? Like I don't necessarily need to sit down at a computer and freaking do it. Yeah. Oh man, anyways, so that's basically just the thing. Yeah, like I still want to be on Twitter for the NBA memes and just the NFL memes, because they're just like, it's just like NBA Twitter, but just using the exact same templates as NBA Twitter. Oh man, it's when NBA Twitter filters into like political stuff. That's like, it's like, okay, look, I know I should see this as funny, but like, oh god, I don't know, when certain stuff happened last year and like there was like NBA Twitter memeing of it, I'm like, oh god, oh man, have we gone too far? It's like, look man, I don't know, like anyways, how about Cade Cunningham? Is he an all-star for the Detroit Pistons? Yes, I feel like he is. There you go. What about D'Angelo Russell getting traded to the Brooklyn Nets again? Oh man, good on. Yeah, I've talked about D'Angelo Russell being a player I don't like. I'm not alone in that. But like, I don't know, I feel like I hated him for the meme of it. And now it's like, yeah, don't really need to hate him anymore. He's on the Brooklyn Nets. Oh man, should the Warriors make a trade to surround Steph Curry with a fighting chance in terms of like competing for a championship? I don't know. I don't even know what that trade is. Oh yeah, is Jimmy Butler gonna be traded to the Phoenix Suns if Bradley Beal waives his no trade clause? First of all, the fact that Bradley Beal has a no trade clause, it's just like what? Just the fact that he has a no trade clause, like Bradley Beal of all freaking players has a no trade clause, man. I want him to leave the Suns, man. I don't know. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, yeah, I've talked about it before. My Western Conference NBA team is the Nuggets. My Eastern Conference team is the Celtics. But, like, there was a time in, like, 2022, yeah, where, like, I enjoyed watching the Phoenix Suns, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I want to freaking root for the Suns still, but, like, I don't know. It's like that's the thing. It's like when they traded away their like contending team, well, their team that made the finals, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and got KD, right? I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I just enjoyed the team with Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton. Surprisingly, DeAndre Ayton, yeah, remember him? Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, I just miss that team, man. I don't know. That's just my thing on the Suns, Like, it's clearly not really working for them. They're clearly not championship contenders with KD and Beal this season, right? I don't think they ever will be contenders, even with them fully healthy, right? Like, the most they can do is, like, be in the second round, I feel like. So, yeah. It just sucks for the Phoenix Suns, man. I really enjoyed the team they had, man. Like, I know they couldn't keep that team up forever, but, like, I don't know. There are ways to just, like, they did, like, it's the Suns are the clear example of, like, we do not need big trees anymore, right? Like, the big tree, quote, era is not really a thing anymore. It's like, you can't win like that. But it's also the thing of like teams need to find creative freaking ways to be title contenders while also not going over the second apron, right? And that's the thing, is that like Denver got freaking derided by some people for letting go of KCP in free agency and letting him walk, right? And early on, it seemed like, yeah, like they're shooting, they don't shoot that well, right? But as the season went along, like Christian Brown, like stepped into KCP's old role pretty well, and his numbers have improved, like being like more of a starter, right? And then Russell Westbrook has been like shown to be like an extremely good presence for them, right? Whether he's like coming off the bench or starting, right? Like mostly as a starter, right? Yeah, he's providing like necessary energy. Russ and Jokic just work extremely well together, right? Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like it's a tough freaking tightrope to walk in the NBA of just like, how do you like the thing is that like you can go over to Second Apron if you have a surefire like this team can win the NBA championship, right? And like that's what Tim Bontemps was like so freaking mad about Denver for being like chief of just like they had a contender, right? They just lost to the Timberwolves in Game 7, right? But like it seems like that like letting go of KCP isn't that much of a freaking issue for the Nuggets, you know? But like yeah. Like a surefire contender can be in the Second Apron, you know, like the Celtics, like OKC. But like with OKC, they got extremely lucky with the players they drafted, right? And it just, you know, if you haven't paid attention to the NBA, like this guy Sam Presti, he's really good at freaking collecting draft picks. Like the Thunder, like while being a title contending team and like maybe the favorite to win the NBA championship over the Celtics for some people, right? It's like they like are gonna keep on having first round picks while freaking also being top tier title contenders, right? It's like I don't know. But like you can't do that. Yeah, you can't be like that unless you get extremely freaking lucky and draft players like Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams, get freaking Shane a trade for a bunch of freaking stuff from the Clippers, right? Like have players even like Isaiah Joe trade for Alex Caruso, trade for Isaiah Hartenstein, right? Like draft players like Cason Wallace, right? Draft players like Josh Giddey and then flip him for Alex Caruso. It's like I don't know. It's like yeah, the way OKC has freaking handled its business is amazing, man. Like yeah, it would be so cool to see them win a championship, man. I think they can win it this year, but I don't know. I still think even with the Celtics, like recently, like just like not being that impressive, right? Just like being like a 500 team. I still think the Celtics should be seen as the favorites, but I don't know. Like you have to give like Cleveland and then OKC that respect, and like maybe Dallas, but like yeah, Luka currently isn't healthy. Yeah, he's currently out with an injury, right? And like Kyrie was injured recently. Like he's back in the lineup though, but I don't know. Like Dallas can get back into maybe being a contender, but like not on the level of like OKC to me. Like not on the level of OKC or Boston or maybe even Cleveland. Yeah, like those are the three now. Like those like it like the NBA finals is either gonna be won by the Cavs, Celtics, or Thunder. Wow, what a freaking prediction, huh? What a prediction. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Probably the team I don't want to win the Super Bowl. You know, it's gonna be annoying, but you know, it's gonna suck. They're gonna freaking win 3 straight. It's like, yeah. Dude, I really do wonder what's gonna happen to freaking Taylor Swift and Travis if they break up. Like, what's gonna happen to that subreddit? Like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen to the Twitter accounts, man? Like, I don't know. Like, look, man, I'm it's not that I'm praying on their demise, but it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, why is that how I view romance, man? It's just like, shit, like I'm watching like a very great romance anime. I'm like reading freaking romance manga of that anime, right? And it's like, why am I freaking thinking about a relationship potentially ending? You know, even though it shows no signs of ending. But I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Like, what's gonna happen to the subreddit? I mean, I'm just wondering. Like, what happened to the freaking Watch Us Live and Stuff channel? Like, I know it, like, reverted back to, Kalel's channel, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if, yeah, like, I have no idea if that channel is still up, man. I don't know. Or maybe it got deleted. I don't know. I'm just speaking straight out of my freaking ass right now. Oh, man. I don't know why I just keep on referencing that. It's just the like familiar YouTube couple that I freaking was familiar with, okay? Like I know it was like 2014 and 15, but like still like it's the like oh man, like I don't know. Like I have no idea about freaking yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, I want to name other names. Okay, I'm sorry. But yeah, what's going to happen to the Taylor and Travis subreddit if they break up? How would they break up? What would a breakup song even look like? What kind of frickin' yeah, how is Taylor Swift subreddit gonna turn on Travis? It's I would love that of just like, I hope the Chiefs lose every game now. It's like, he's probably gonna retire before that happens. Oh man, anyways, am I ready to move on, man? Am I ready to move on? Have I talked about enough? What do I think about Unrivaled? It's a basketball league. What do I think about Jewel Lloyd requesting a trade from the Seattle Storm. Interesting. What do I think about the Golden State Valkyries holding their expansion draft? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, they got, one of the players they got was Kate Martin, right? From the Las Vegas Aces, you know? And then another player they got from the New York Liberty, Kayla Thornton, I think. Yeah, those are like two of the players that they got. You know, they were able to get a player from like basically every team, but they declined to draft a player from the Seattle Storm, even though like Nika Mule could have been a pick for them. Like, I don't know. Hopefully, like, I don't know. That's the thing. Whatever happens with Jewel Lloyd in the Seattle Storm, like, yeah, she requested a trade. So, like, there was this like story that was like somewhat of a thing in the WNBA where like the Storm were being investigated for like practices of the management having like bias towards like something like there was like a part of a story that I saw where like part of it was like Nneka Ogwumike, who signed there in free agency last season, is that like Nneka would be excluded from players only meetings because the players besides her thought that Nneka would be too favorable of management, right? Like, I don't know, something like that. But like there was an investigation and it turned out there was no like potential freaking wrongdoing or something. You know, I don't know. But but anyways, Jewel Lloyd from the Seattle Storm has requested a trade. And then, another player news. Satu Sabally says that she's not going to re-sign with the Dallas Wings. So she's going to enter free agency. So... man, interesting stuff going on in the WNBA. I do follow it in the off-season. I'm trying to follow it in the off-season. It's going to be cool seeing the Valkyries play. Hopefully. Yeah. Anything else that freaking happened, man? I'm actually playing video games. Yeah, dude, I'm playing the original Legend of Zelda on NES, but I'm doing the freaking, I have Nintendo Switch Online. So like I have like, I'm using like save states like crazy. Like I keep on rewinding the freaking game and like keep on using save states because like, why should I feel bad about playing a game from the 1980s like that? It's like, like, have you seen how these games were designed, right? It's like, the fact that you need like these certain things, and it was like, stop, man. I'll play it freaking with the tools given to me in 2025, okay? Oh, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry for playing a 40-year-old game like that. To anyone who might be upset. I also played and beat Punch-Out, and like the way I beat it was just literally by like rewinding and just like making sure I don't get hit, and like that I did without a guide. I didn't need a guide for that, but like oh man, it was a fun enough game, you know. I beat a couple NES games, man. That's cool to know, right? Anything else that I wanna freaking touch on before freaking I move on? I feel like I could just go on forever, man. Wow, it feels nice. It feels nice being back, man. You know, hopefully I don't have any rust. Oh yeah, what do I think about freaking Usyk reestablishing the fact the fact that he is the best heavyweight of the freaking AJ Fury Wilder era, and freaking beating Tyson Fury in the rematch. And then Tyson Fury apparently is retired now. I don't know, but he's probably gonna come back at some point. He's gonna freaking And then like AJ and Dubois, I talked about AJ losing to Dubois last year. It was a time, like, maybe is Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn gonna happen? I don't know. I read, like, dude, like, one thing that was happening the past couple of weeks is that like, there's this like Twitter account, Michael Benson, right? And it's like he like the tweets that come out of that account are just like, that's how I found out Tyson Fury posted a video announcing his retirement. Like I found out another time, like another I think from that account that like apparently freaking Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn got into a brawl. Like I have no idea if that any of the stuff tweeted from the account is 100% true, but it's like, oh man, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Apparently some stuff has been happening in boxing. Yeah, apparently, yeah, Riyadh season is continuing its takeover of boxing. Yeah, Saudi Arabia and their influence and their money is taking over boxing, continuing to do that. Oh yeah, what did I think about that fight, by the way? Okay, yeah, apparently, yeah, the Saudis are increasing their influence, like, on boxing, and like I like saw like a headline that like Riyadh Season is just a promotional company now and they're like signing fighters to deals. I have no idea. I don't know. Like, when did this Turki Al-Sheikh guy come into the picture, man? I really have no idea. It really is just a thing of just like the less questions you ask, the better, I guess. It's just like, it's like, how are these fights getting made? It's like, yeah, I know it's Saudi money, but like, yeah, Turki Al-Sheikh, he's really freaking fronting the money for all this. His excellency is really allowing all these fights to happen, and he's acting like, and he apparently is like, from the fights he's been able to make happen, he's like one of the best boxing promoters of recent years. It's like, okay, I guess. Sure. I don't know. He got Eddie Hearn and freaking Frank Warren to work together. Sure. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like we should be asking more questions about this, but for now, I guess it's fine. So I guess that's the opinion I'll take. Oh, man. Yeah, anything else? Anyways, about that fight, yeah, Never Ender by Justice, really good song, man. Yeah, Tame Impala is featured on that song. I don't know, Never Ender, man, really freaking good freaking song, man. Really good song. Anyways, is that basically it? Do I have anything freaking else that I want to talk about? I was like, it's an hour. It's like, let me just freaking tack on 20 more minutes. This could be 2 hours. Probably not. Yeah, the other segment probably isn't going to be that long. Man. Anything else I want to talk about? Yeah, other stuff I want to do for 2025. See annoying videos on YouTube less, okay? Like, I'm not, like, sometimes the curiosity gets the better of me and I just, like, watch, like, a little bit of a video on mute because I don't want to listen to, like, a voice, you know? Like, sometimes I do that, you know? Like, yeah. Did I talk about, like, with certain channels, I'm like, where the hell did you come from? Where did you come from? Like, with certain channels I see that are popular nowadays, like, yeah, the origin of Legal Eagle is that like I went and checked like videos sorted by oldest, and it's just like videos on like tips on law school, or like, here are the things you need to know to prepare yourself for law school. Like here at legaleagle.com. Yeah, like it was basically like a consulting, like advice tutoring freaking company for law school, I guess. That's how it started out, and then, you know, and now it's like, could birthright citizenship really be ended? It's like, okay, I just needed to know like where you got from like one point to another, okay? I'm sorry, man. Like, I don't know if like this makes me seem like I'm just such an annoying ass person. I'm sorry. Like, look, I was on the internet since I was freaking 10 years old. I don't deal with change very well, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I just don't deal with change very well. When there's freaking one person I see where it's like, I don't know freaking how they came to prominence, I'm like, look, like I can't deal with it, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I can't freaking adapt to these times, man. I'm like only like a quarter of a century old. It's like, it's too much, man. It's too freaking much to keep up with, man. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know who Mudang was. Like, I didn't know about the freaking Dune popcorn bucket, you know? It took me a little bit, you know? I learned about freaking you know, the man I am right now, freaking true, like a New York Times article. It's like, I don't know, man. And then there's a video by freaking someone of like, here, the fanfic of this person. It's like, okay, I don't know, man. Things were just so much simpler back then when it was just like Minecraft episode 33. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Like, the NBA, I understand. I understand basketball, man. It's great. Oh, man. Anyways. Oh, man. Oh, God. Anyways, what are some resolutions I have for this year other than that? Yeah. One food related thing. I would like to start eating broccoli, more broccoli than I have been eating this year. I don't know. It's like the whole thing is just like cooking it. Like I know that like the way to cook it is probably to steam it, but yeah, I probably should like think about eating a lot more broccoli, you know. Like I think the thing with me is that like I probably should just pick like 2 or 3 vegetables, stick to it, you know. Yeah, like I've been doing well on avocados, you know? Like I've been eating a lot of things with avocados recently. Yeah, like roast chicken and avocado was like a staple of mine, like in the past couple of years that I want to continue. It literally is. It literally is a thing, you know? I know how to roast chicken with ease now. Yeah, like roasted chicken, right? Like I know how to do that, man. Hopefully I continue that, but yeah, like I want to introduce way more broccoli into freaking what I eat. I'll let you know how that goes. So yeah, anything else I want to do writing wise? It took me this long to get here. I mean, really the only thing I want to do is just finish, yeah, the book I'm writing right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know if I talked about it. Yeah. In like early November, I think, in like mid-November, like probably late November, I started this like other project. I started this other thing. Yeah, it's way more of a personal thing for me. Yeah, it's basically like it's somewhat of a sequel to the very first book I ever wrote. Yeah, so like I wrote my first book from June of 2018 to October of 2019. So I'm basically writing a book that somewhat serves as like a true like epilogue to that story, and like it takes place like years after. That's all I'm gonna say, I guess. And like it's not, yeah, it's like in between a short story and a novel, so like it's somewhat like I think like the max I want it to be is like 20k words. Like I imagine it could be up to 20k words, you know, in my head. So yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, how I'm gonna balance that, but hopefully like true like the first 6-7 months of this year I can finish the book I'm writing right now, the current novel I'm working on. I don't know. Yeah, other than that, that's basically, yeah, everything that's going on with me, you know. Just stuff happened at the end of the year, you know. Like, I don't want to bog it down, man. I don't know. Yeah, but like, anyway, but this could be my forum to do that, yeah, you know. Yeah, I mean, just like, yeah, long story short, like, things at the end of 2024 were not good for me personally. It was just, yeah, it just wasn't good. And that kind of extended into like the beginning of January a little bit. Yeah, and I got like a little sick in like the beginning of January. So yeah, it just like for a whole like 2 week stretch of like just like mid to late December, it just like, I don't know, thinking about it, right? Like the end of my semester, like into like December, because like I ended it and I was like unsure if I was like gonna be fine because like it wasn't until like the last like few days where I was like, okay, I'm probably passing all my classes, right? Like that's how freaking like paranoid, or like, you know, that's how like much I like, you know, worry, right? But like, yeah, by the end of it was fine. But yeah, like the day after like my semester ended, basically up until like the end of the year, yeah, it was just not a good time. I'm just like doing everything but like addressing the thing, but you know, I don't know, maybe I'll mention it in the future. Yeah, anyways, that's basically just like everything that happened. And like, yeah, basically that is most of episode 100. I wanted to do something somewhat more special than this. I might get to it in the future, but yeah, like I could do like a little bit of a clip show in the future. I don't know, like what clips do you really need to see? Like I'm just gonna dig up just like some old clip of me being like, yeah, so it's like, okay, I like, yeah, I don't know, but like it seemed like a good idea. Like I want to do it personally, no matter like how much like it might seem like not that good of an idea, but like I don't want it to be the whole episode. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Oh man. Anyways, so basically, yeah. Oh yeah. In terms of like other things for this channel, other games, yeah. Yeah, I guess Life is Strange. Like, I'm gonna finish that. Wow, gee, where have you heard that one before? I've said that one before multiple times, haven't I? Like, Life is Strange, I'm gonna finish. Which one? Before the Storm or freaking Double Exposure? Both of them. But every freaking Life is Strange game. How about that? How about this new game, Lost Records? Yeah, I want to play that too when it comes out. I want to get to that. How about freaking, let me just like play a freaking Red Dead Redemption. Oh man, should I end this in Red Dead Redemption? Come on. There you go. Oh man. Yeah, where's my horse? I've been going on for so long, man. I don't know how much I'm gonna cut. Yeah. I'm just thinking of just like, yeah, it's been like 2 months basically. It's been almost 3 months. Is there anything else I need to do? Yeah, basically, that's, yeah, been it. Oh, man. The only thing left is to just end the episode, but I still have, like, one more segment to get to, because it's become tradition that I do it. Yeah, okay. Oh, man. I'm not playing Marvel Rivals, by the way. I just downloaded it. I just downloaded it because that's just a thing to do. You just download things, okay? Oh, man. Anyways, yeah. Why am I even trying to sleep? Okay. Okay, this is the end of the regular frickin' portion of this video. Here is something else. Okay, it is time for something like the Twitter segment, but not. I guess this is gonna be like, yeah, I'm in this like weird period because I'm between Twitter and the other side. I don't know why I have to keep on calling it the other side when it's clearly Blue Sky I'm talking about, but like, yeah, like I'm in between the two, okay? Like, I feel like in terms of like, if I want to post something, like primarily, like right now, in my current state, right now, I'm like, okay, I think I want to post it to Blue Sky first rather than Twitter, right now. But like, it could change, man, like, I don't know. Like, I think it's like right now, yeah, I'm not too keen on freaking like scrolling through just the regular For You Twitter feed as much. But frickin' I need the NBA Twitter, man. I need NBA Twitter, and I just kind of like those like extremely like somewhat funny frickin' posts, okay? But you know, I'm trying something out, okay? So basically, this is my Blue Sky feed. I know that you can like customize it by just liking more posts and like following more people that are suited to your taste, but like, I don't know, this is what it's like right now. The first post right now is someone saying, y'all remember the Wolfenstein games? No reason, just curious. And followed by Hank Green saying, I'm sad and I want to talk to my brother, but he's asleep. Followed by someone saying, I would like a Godzilla video game where you just stomp around and destroy cities. It'd be like the perfect combination of Katamari and Power Washer Simulator. I think we need a new term to ratchet up from doom scrolling. It's going to be more like rage reading or scream scrolling indefinitely. Doing research on swordsmithing and seeing pictures of strange art of people hammering fully finished katanas with sparks flying everywhere. Wondering, wow, I wonder how these pictures got made. I have an essay I'm not sure if I should try to publish somewhere or use to start my blog. Why can't people just write short stories instead of essays, man? What is up with this? Like, I have a personal essay. Like, look, man, I'm sure a lot of them are good, but it's like, whenever I see, like, I wrote a personal essay, it's like, can people write short fiction, man? Can you just write a short story based on your real life experience rather than write a personal essay? Like, can people just, like, do that? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just we need less people doing that. I don't know. Like, I get, like, I'll do it. I'm gonna be the one who does it. But, like, I don't know. It wouldn't hurt. Like, I'm just saying, like, it wouldn't hurt. Like, but yeah, like that's the thing. It's like, if you want to write a short story, like no one just like writes a short story and just publishes it, you know, that much, right? Obviously, like I don't do that with the short stories I write, but like, I don't know. I feel like eventually I could see myself doing that. I don't know. With certain stories, I'm just like, yeah, I could just post it. Yeah, but anyways, I can't believe I chose this year to start sharing writing again. Wow, maybe I should start sharing writing. My fiercest belief is also a team that informs all of my writing and can be an act of rebellion in dark times. They may try, but nobody, and I mean nobody, can tell you who or what you really are. For no reason, today I'm thinking about how in the Wicked novels, the Wizard of Oz imposes a ban on talking animals existing in public, bars them from holding teaching jobs or any job really in 20 years after he leaves Oz, and the laws are repealed. Animals still don't have teaching jobs. This is an example of just like, yeah, I'm just saying something. Not gonna freaking share it, okay? Seeing the dumpster fire that was keep politics out of book talk taught me that reading isn't enough. Critical thinking needs to be taught. It needs to be practiced. Oh man. Does knitting help with existential anxiety? Asking for a trend. Asking for a friend, not a trend. Yahtzee Croshaw. Yeah. Starstruck Vagabond came out last year. I've yet to get it on Steam. Go to your local bookstore if you have the privilege to live close to one. Stop giving money to Amazon. Yeah, I really need to stop. But like the thing is that like I have like over 100 freaking, well, really functionally that I would want to listen to, probably like 70 something freaking audiobooks on Audible. So like, yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I'm gonna cancel it. You know, I cancel it and then uncancel it because they're like come back for free, and then I just used it to get 4 more audiobooks. But like, yeah, I extremely dropped off with audiobooks, man. I only listened to like 2. Yeah, like my rate is like 2 a year, and like at the beginning of it was because in my head, like part of me was like, I want to ration these out, right? As I just like build up a stockpile. And I'm like, yeah, now I'm like, I built up enough of a stockpile already. I just don't need to freaking like keep on freaking, like I could just listen to audiobooks, and I just don't do that anymore. I just put on a sports podcast now. I put on an NBA podcast. I put on the Dunker Spot and fall asleep to it. It's like, oh man, that's literally what I do, man. I don't know. Someone tweeted someone who was on Twitter but moved here, and it was kind of a thing. It's going to be so much fun when he dies. Man, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I will never understand how Ohio State lost to Michigan, but winning the national title isn't a bad consolation prize. Ryan Day deserves a lot of credit for regrouping and getting this team to band together. Yeah. Yeah, that was by Jamel Hill, by the way. Yeah, she's a Michigan State fan, not a Michigan fan. So I'm not reading the news today. However, I am reading about Byzantium, and it is interesting so far. It is somewhat comforting to know that Byzantium grew as Rome faded, and it in turn flourished and eventually fell too. Things change and things stay the same. Everything starts and everything ends. I mean, I don't want frickin' America to end, frickin', you know, necessarily, you know. Look, man, in 4 years, I don't know. Oh man, who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows where I'll be? Who knows where this series will be? Like, this series lasted from 2020 to 2025, right? Like, it for a while there in my absence, it was like, yeah, am I gonna post in 2025, right? And then I hopefully this is gonna go up, and like, if I don't post another episode for the entire year, I'll say like, hey, I made this series in 2025 too. So hopefully I still want to continue this. I don't know, in terms of long term, I don't know, like by 2028 I'll still be in my 20s, so like, you know, I won't feel as bad for continuing this series. But I don't know. Oh man, not to be silly or cheesy or whatever, but it's really rewarding to be practicing at art more often and feeling myself getting slowly better and better. Like, I don't know, it's just nice. Yeah, like certain art, I don't know. I mean, I guess I felt it with writing a little bit, but yeah, like in terms of drawing, I mean, I could pick that up right now. I did a little bit in 2018 of just like drawing freaking Invader Zim characters and like characters from Doki Doki Literature Club, but like, I don't know. Which I can play, by the way. Yeah, it's here. It's here. I have it like oh no, I think I have it on the yeah. I have it in my full library. Owned games. These are all the games I own that I'm probably not gonna play, man. Oh man. Yeah, I have it right here. It's cool that it's on console now. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I might get to it. Oh man. Maybe that could be it. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, and maybe should I set it right now? In 2025, I feel like I want to complete like 2 games. I'm gonna complete 2 games. 2 Let's Play series that aren't Minecraft, okay? I don't think I'll ever truly complete this Minecraft series. I'm not Stampy Longnose or anything. Oh man, there's a tweet about Raid Shadow Legends having hot characters. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. Did you know Switch Sports has sold more than every Zelda before Breath of the Wild, and rightfully so, because you could play as a rabbit. Oh man. I'm not turning on the damn television today until it's time for Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Oh god. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, with Blue Sky, is that, like, yeah, like, now, freaking, like, a bunch of people are like, I'm this, yeah, like, everyone's introduced, there's a whole period, and it's still going now, of, like, people introducing themselves and being like, here are my interests, like, I'm into these series, I'm into these anime, I'm into this fandom, you know, I'm into this kind of thing, you know. Yeah, and I haven't done that so far. I just joined here, I'm just like, yeah, this is what it is? Oh, okay. Anything else on here before I could potentially move to the first frickin' Word application? I just remembered that as a kid, when I finished Ocarina of Time, that I was very distressed that I couldn't save the game after the world was saved. And yeah, like, end credit, everyone is happy, the end. Then you reload and nothing you did mattered. My problem with the video games are bad and antisocial is that video games are just as much media as movies, TV shows, and books. Yeah. I think, yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, but I feel like the whole thing of video games, I feel like, is that they should be, you know, the fact that they are such a different medium should be taken more into consideration, you know? And, like, I do like the frickin' games that are trying to be more like, no, we're trying to tell a story here, but I don't know. Like, they're just, like, more interesting ways to do it. Like, Emily is Away, to me, is, like, such a way to frickin' make, like, a story-based game that, like, where the game aspect of it is so cool, too, you know? Even though, like, the game aspect of it is just clicking around and typing, it makes you feel like it's so, like, special, you know? I don't know. And then, yeah, B, play outside where? Outside is openly hostile all the time. Why go outside when I can play with my friends in the comfort of my home? Yeah. Oh, man. Unless you're playing pickup, man. I don't know. If you can play that indoors. You demand your games to run at 60 FPS, but I bet you can't even run down the street. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, God. Anything else? Anything else here? Something? Yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about libraries. That's cool, I guess. I'm checking the other freaking app right now, man. I can't. I don't know. I'm on the For You feed, man. Like, what? Yeah, I know that it's January 20th, but still, it's just like, please, it'll get better. I swear it'll get better. But, you know, I created a list that's just called NBA Twitter, okay? What are people tweeting on NBA Twitter? People are tweeting about the Ohio State game. Feed the people that I added. I know BG and Aaliyah are tired of each other. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nikias Duncan is tweeting about Unrivaled. Oh, man. Western Conference teams lost, I guess. Helping the Lakers. I added NBA Centel to this freaking list. I was just like, you know what? I don't really care anymore. I just need. This is what I'm talking about when, like, you can't, like, you need the NBA. I need the meminess and comedy of NBA Twitter, man. It's like, it helps me deal with things. Like, I don't know. It really does. Like, it's part of why I watch Gil's Arena. It's like, look, sometimes you just need this sort of stuff. Okay, you need stuff that is just like, this is dumb, but, like, you know, Steph Curry without illegal screens, and it's just a Photoshop of him looking like D'Angelo Russell, I guess. LeBron was at the national championship game. There's some stuff about Unrivaled. Anything else? Anything else here? I keep on seeing NBA Centel post fake stats of players, man. Tim Bontemps, the Hawks are on a truly remarkable run of absurd turnovers today. Man, Bomani Jones I added here. he freaking talks about football just as much, man. Oh, man. Anything freaking else, man. I don't know. Kendrick Perkins. Remember on draft night I said that Cade Cunningham was the best perimeter player prospect since LeBron James? Okay? Oh, man. yeah. The Chicago Bears have a new head coach. It was really fun watching the arc of the rookie QB, Caleb Williams. Yeah, again, I'm doing the thing where there's like so many spaces like between freaking what I say, man. Yeah, I listened to the Hoop Collective podcast. Yeah, the title of it, All Time Trouble Brewing for the 76ers. Yes. It's fun, man. Oh, God. Okay, alright, anyways. That's basically it, man. Oh, man, I don't know. That's just what goes on in freaking social media, man. That's the thing, like, the segment, the whatever segment it's called now, like, had a period of, like, me not finding good stuff, and then, you know, look, I just have to recalibrate it, you know? Like, eventually, I feel like it'll right itself, you know? Like, yeah. I think from now, like, from what I sampled, yeah, like, I can find more stuff on Blue Sky that can be fun to talk about. But, like, I think, like, mainly now, it's just that, like, I probably how it should work is that, you know, I just see stuff. I don't know. I feel like the segment, the Twitter segment should just be, like, whatever I missed, you know, and if there's anything extra I can add, you know, and if there's anything extra that can get me on a tangent, then that's good enough, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Like, the bottom line is that I shouldn't rely on the segment. I should not rely on the Twitter segment to friggin' carry an episode. Unless it's like, you know, unless there's like an all-time dominating friggin' topic, man. It's like, okay. Oh, man, I'm trying, man. I'm gonna take this series through this year, maybe next year. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, man. I don't know. Anyways, that's been 100 episodes. Yeah, I guess. Should I just reflect on it being 100 episodes? I probably should have gotten here at the end of 2024, but yeah, I already talked about stuff that somewhat prevented that. But, you know, it's a nice thing, you know? Like, it really, in the grand scheme of things, right, that, like, 100 episodes is a lot. It really is a lot of episodes. I did this 100 times, over 100 times, because there were like a couple episodes that, you know, like there was the one time where I recorded and like the recording didn't work. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Or like there was a time where like I recorded an episode like in the old PC world way back then in like the first 20 episodes, but just never uploaded it. Like I think I still have it somewhat on a hard drive, but like, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this for almost 5 years. Yeah, I'm excited to keep on doing it. I don't know. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I think I just want this to be a somewhat consistent thing, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, like in 2024, I mostly stuck to like 2 episodes a month. Like, that was basically the rate at which I wanted to put out episodes. And I feel like ideally that should be it for me this year, barring any, you know, other unforeseen thing happening, right? But yeah, basically, I just want to keep on doing this, you know, that's the bottom line. It's just a fun thing for me to do, you know. I feel like I could just keep on doing this. It's a very sustainable thing for me to do, yeah, with like my current setup. Like all I have to do is just, you know, yeah, as long as my laptop is on, as long as I have this freaking game running, you know, like it doesn't have to be this specific version, but I want it to be this version, you know. It doesn't have to be. And like as long as I have freaking another PC to record, you know, and as long as I have a working really good to decent microphone, I can just like, yeah, make as many of these as I want, you know. Like, I have to obviously, like, carve out, like, a time for it. Yeah, usually I pick, like, a time when, friggin', there aren't as many people in my household. I don't know if that's a common thing or not, but yeah. I do still record in a garage. I'm still here, but I've, like, carved out a bunch of space. I don't know. Maybe that could be important in the future. I don't know. I could freaking do other things, man. I don't know. And I want to do other things. Yeah, video wise. I don't know. Like last year, if you checked the channel uploads, I put out a non-AMV. That was like really cool. I still like want to do more AMVs possibly, you know. I think like, yeah, basically what I set out for this channel was originally back in 2020 was that this was only going to be a channel for like uploading me playing video games, but I feel like I just would like to make this just my general like all-purpose channel, you know. Like I think like that's what I did eventually, like when I posted like a Passion Fit song and like made somewhat of a lyric video of it. Like I feel like I like the idea of just like posting just whatever I want to hear, you know, rather than just like separating it into other channels. Like maybe one day I will, yeah, like yeah, but mostly I feel like right now my philosophy, my current thinking is that whatever idea I have video wise, whether it be me playing a video game or me freaking doing whatever, because yeah, like I still have maybe an inkling of like maybe I want to do stuff other than Let's Plays. Maybe I want to, you know, maybe I want to freaking make a video where I talk about a certain topic. Yeah, maybe. Whether it be scripted or not, or whether, you know, I'm in depth or not, but never like freaking in the way that freaking most modern freaking YouTubers do it. I don't know. You know, that's the thing. All in all, I just want to be creative and just freaking do whatever idea I come up with. I'm gonna post to this channel mainly, right? I'm really, yeah, that's basically, whether it be an AMV or a Let's Play or whatever else. So yeah, I guess that's just me reflecting on 100 episodes of this. It's been, it feels like it's been a long time, but also like it's not been that long. Like, I don't know how 2021 was 4 years ago. I really do not know. Like, what honestly was I even doing in 2021? The Celtics and the Nuggets didn't even win championships by then, man. I don't know. That was like before, yeah, like early 2021. That was before I freaking like started reading consistently again. Yeah, that was before that point, you know, like, yeah, a lot has changed, man. Yeah, that was before I discovered the Naked and Famous, you know. Yeah, my favorite band from New Zealand. They're so good. But I like the Bets, though. Yeah, the Bets' latest album, Expert in a Dying Field, is really good, too. But, yeah. Oh man, yeah, anyways, that's basically just me reflecting on the channel, where it's been in the past 5 years. I know I'm probably not speaking to that many people in totality, but I just feel like yeah, if I want to treat this as my personal forum, I should just like speak my mind and just say whatever, you know. Yeah, maybe not literally everything. Obviously there's like stuff I'm choosing not to freaking say, you know. There's stuff I'm choosing not to say. Yeah, I mean, I chose the skin because he looks Italian, okay? That's why I chose the skin. That's why there was no freaking, like, even though there's a mashup pack with the characters, right? It's like I couldn't really find it. I feel like it's a Switch exclusive, but yeah. Anyways, it's supposed to be that guy, okay? It's supposed to be him, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, I guess, yeah, a last thing is that there could be something special coming true in the next few days. Hopefully I get to it. Yeah, there's gonna be something a tiny bit special that I got that is also another one of my obsessions in January. So yeah, it's somewhat related to a previous thing. it's related to like another type of video I want to do, another game I want to play. So yeah. Yeah, be on the lookout for that. But anyways, that's basically been it for this episode. Yeah, I'm sorry that frickin' the Twitter segment couldn't be better. I'm sorry, man. Blue Sky is just still finding its footing, you know, like it's getting better by the day, by the week, but like, yeah. When I first joined, it didn't even have trending topics. It still doesn't have a bookmark feature, you know? Oh man. Anyways, yeah, that's basically it for this episode. It's gone on for way too long, but I feel like it needed to be this long because I missed so much time. I did miss this series, man. Yeah, but it's nice to be back. Hopefully. I don't know if I'll get another one of these out before the end of the month, but I don't know. It's just nice to be back. You know, like, unless I stop posting for like multiple years, you know, unless I pull an SSOH, you know, like, I feel like you can safely assume, like, if I'm like gone, if I don't upload a video on this channel for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, Like, just know that, like, I'm aware of it. Like, I'm aware that I haven't posted for that long. I think I'll continue to be aware of it at least for the next like few years. At least for the next presidential term. So yeah, basically, I've been going on for too long, man. I don't know. Yeah, anyways, that's basically all I wanted to talk about in this extra long episode. Hope everyone had a good end of their year. Hopefully everyone had a better end of their year than me. Hopefully. And a better beginning of their year than me. Hopefully. I hope so, man. Hopefully. 2025 is not going to be everyone's year, but it's going to be some people's year, okay? Like, there are going to be some people out there where it's like, 2025 was such a good year for me, And, like, even though 2024 for a lot of people was like, this was such a bad year for me, There's always that thing, Like, that's what I thought that's what I felt with 2017, right? I talked about that last year. Of like January 14th, 2017, and how that somewhat basically changed the whole trajectory of my life, I really do. Yeah, I really just being like very vulnerable here, It's like there's some years that are shitty. That's the thing. Like, there's some years that are shitty, but there are also some years where it could end up being a pretty good year. Maybe not like, oh, this is the best year ever, but if you look back on it and like have some nice memories of it, who's to say, like that's better than nothing, right? Something like that. I don't know. Yeah. This is me manifesting that 2025 is going to be better, man. It's going to be better for some people. Maybe it is going to be worse for others, but I don't know. Yeah, that's basically for the 500th time everything I wanted to talk about. I think that's basically the end of this episode. So, yeah. Thank you to whoever is watching at the very end. Please, I hope you did not watch it all the way through. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, if you have watched. And see you, hopefully soon, in the next episode.